Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading them out will be the four-time Pro Bowler, the 2010 Comeback Player of the Year. At quarterback, it's the dynamic Michael Vick.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Vincent Jackson, 68 yards. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for two.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
And you know, I'm all about getting points. And if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for two, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Well, the defense, they get to Howard. He'll go down here. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Saquon Barkley deep to return. Take it at the 37. Touchdown. 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
So what can Vic do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for the two-point conversion? They'll look to throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their second touchdown of this first half. They went for two after score number one. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, they're only up 12-0. One extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, Let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Howell down to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Aqib Talib, the corner, with a sack.
Well, the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And taken at the 46. Oh, good footwork on the spin. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They run again on first down. Peterson. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 35 yards.
And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. They're still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And out now come the Cowboys.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd.
Throw left side complete. That's Carter. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Here's Howell.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Howell. Returning right back to Lockett.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Howell. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Lockett, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
And our focus now moves to Adrian Peterson. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Peterson. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, Vick. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Dolphins. Vincent Jackson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum, but not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On second down, here's Henry.
And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Here's Carter now on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. And Howe will throw it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. There's a nice move. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now Vincent Jackson gearing up to head back out there on the offensive side of things. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books, because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, Peterson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ready, go. Ready.
Here's Michael Vick.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton trying to keep those that he's going to go down in the backfield. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Off the play fake, Vic. He's got Burton here. Will go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Miami. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Vic now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Ready.
Vic readies to throw. This is caught.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly...
And Peterson finding his way in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
So what can Vic do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for the 2-point conversion? They'll look to throw here, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the veteran Richard Sherman.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now Vincent Jackson gearing up to head back out there on the offensive side of things. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Vic's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Second down, Peterson again. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now here's Vic. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Left side complete to Lockett. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he's got it up to the 28-yard line. Now Howell. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Howell with one final shot.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. In this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, we see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.